4 restaurants. We're doing 5.
This is Zai, a Melbourne cook whose rise as a Oishimate brought us vibrant, unforgettable recipes. But tonight, we're stepping off the thieves and into the streets of Tokyo. 5 izakayas, 5 hours. Following our appetite and seeing what we find. And maybe learning something along the way. Maybe. We started the night at a modern-style izakaya that leaned a little left of center. The menu jumped from a beautiful selection of sashimi to grilled saba or mackerel. But then,
Tuna tartar.
whoa, oh, not exactly traditional.
Oh wow.
But that's kind of the point out here.
Garlic bread, eh? Who would have thought?
That's a bit of Izakaya. I really can't.
I think that's something I didn't realize till coming here was how creative izakaya can be. Like, I feel like, at least in Australia, when you go around, you see izakaya at a restaurant, you just assume very traditional Japanese.
Yeah.
But then here, it's like, no, it's their canvas for, expressing culinary creativity.
Well, I think that the pressure's taken off a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the stomping ground to get pissed. Like it's a piss up. Right? And then I guess the food kind of comes, or traditionally has come secondary to that. But yeah, you're right. I think that kind of takes the pressure off from a culinary standpoint, that I don't have to kind of abide by the rules.
As the food kept hitting the table, we asked Zai what drew him into the kitchen in the first place.
Without sounding like I'm just saying this for the sake of it, like Dad is probably my biggest cooking inspiration. Like my dad is an absolute G in the kitchen. Like I've worked with some incredible executive chefs from all over the world sort of thing, and Dad would still give him a run for the money sort of thing, like just in his home kitchen. So that's kind of like, I guess, the concept of Oishimate, is it's like very precise, particular, historical Japanese sort of style cooking, and then that juxtaposition with my English side that's not like that. Like English cooking is a little bit more kind of rustic, a bit more soulful, a bit more no nonsense. So that kind of combination, I guess, is what I think my approach to home cooking has kind of landed. Because Mum's like blonde, tall, green eyes, and then Dad's like Japanese. He's fucking Japanese.
Izakaya 1, done. Off to the next stop.
Ameyoko.
Ameyoko, what used to be a post-war black market, is now the home of Tokyo's old-school drinking den. This is the place where you come to eat, shoulder to shoulder with strangers. On the menu, yakiton.
Let's get every single part of the pig, from like top to tail, top to butt.
Kids game.
Yeah.
ハイボール打つお願いします。ビール。
We have it, should we?
Yeah.
Rectum hit for us. Recommend. Rectum.
Honey.
Okay. Kanpai.
It was time. The skewers arrived.
Oh, we did top. We the whole end of the spectrum. Tip to top. Okay, so what would be?
That's how they've laid it out.
What do you? Oh, maybe it's head to toe. Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Quite a big thing. So fatty. Yeah. Wait, we started with the best one. Yeah, that's really holy shit. Oh, surely that's funny. Yeah. I feel like that's tough.
Less fatty.
Yeah.
This one.
Oh, this one's nice. Put it. Oh. That's the ass. That makes so much sense now. I mean, like, it doesn't make sense visually because that looks like diaphragm, but just taste-wise, yeah, it tastes like ass. Like, is that the outs?
So he was like, I love it. We were all like, not so sure. He's like, I can't it.
After a serious inspection of the yakiton menu, pork skewers, every part of the pig, we dived into Zai's creative process.
What I have found that works best for me personally, from the
a mental health enjoyable standpoint, but also something that just seems to resonate best with the audience is, am I making content that I like? That's it. It really is just as simple as that. And I think those are all the videos where I've been in this kind of state and flow and enjoying creativity.
Izakaya 2, done. Off to the next stop.
Only eat? Definitely drink. I know you're definitely doing that. But tonight, okay, cool. Perfect. What are you drinking?
Yes.
So we had 4 skewers. The pork cheek, then pork diaphragm, pork tongue, and rectum. Rectum. He loves it. Yeah. So should we go this way? Should we go this way? This way? This way? Which way? That way?
So we went off to the third round and found some fun.
Gengar. That's my favorite. In the world.
Okra.
Sesame okra?
You love okra? Yeah. It is the one food that when people are like, do you not like any food? Okra is one thing.
Ooh.
It's the texture. Yeah. I'll eat it.
Just her basically doing her creating shit their time. This is an interesting textural thought.
We've gone from like really chewy,
Fatty, unctuous, crispy bits and pieces to all of a sudden it's like
slime.
it's very slimy.
We're like in the swamp.
Yeah.
Man, we had who wouldn't
Damn, that cheese pull.
You're loving it.
ありがとう。
怖さございます。
はい。ありがとう。Wasabi octopus.
Where's everything?
I like how they're going through a whole fucking
Journey.
ginger. Yeah, it's too much for me.
Oh, you don't like it?
It's just like straight ginger, but deep fried. Yeah, it's really just fucking like hits you.
Oh, and salty. Chicken thigh with negi, so somewhere between a spring onion and a leek, and then chicken skin, all brushed with tare. It was one of my favorite.
Oh, is it?
Yakitori. So it's chicken mince in like a meatball sort of situation, but sometimes you'll get these, and then on the side you'll get your little soy dip with the egg yolk. Yeah, and you kind of like burst that, give that a little dip sort of thing. Go one each. The tare is good.
I love how it makes you do it.
Tare is like, it's almost like this rotating pot of mirin, sake, sugar, soy, and then it gets reduced and it's always on the heat when it's in the yakitori situation, so it's always warm, and then you're constantly dipping the chicken in it, so you're getting these kind of like this chicken fat rendered through it constantly, and then goes back onto the grill, and then it might get brushed, and then it dips back in, adds into it, so it's constantly adding layers and layers and layers and layers and layers, but you never clean out that pot, it just gets refilled. So it's just constantly refilling, and every time it goes in the fridge before service the next day, it goes back onto the heat, and you have to bring it back up to temperature to render all that fat out. And it's like tare in like, there are some famous yakitori restaurants all over Japan where it's like tare has been going for multiple generations. So the pot of tare is over hundreds of years.
Success.
Heavy ass bullets.
Holy moly. We are in Nakano.
Beautiful local game spot. It's a secret recipe.
Crunch.
Crunch.
Look at that. Crunch.
Juicy boy.
Oh no! Yabai.
That is hotter than the sun. That is so
Never consumed.
Probably not.
Like a raw steak. Neutral.
What is texture for you?
What is texture for me? From a culinary standpoint?
Yeah.
Texture for me, I think it's something that plays so much more of a role in our culinary enjoyment than perhaps we give it credit for. Like if you think about, you ask someone, like, what's your favorite food? What do you tend to like? What's your favorite cuisine? How often do they go, oh, I really like textual components, the crunch, or how soft that thing is, or how that thing kind of goes from crunch into soft, into chewy, or something along those lines. It's normally like, oh, I like this, how salty this thing is, or like how rich, or I don't know, like flavorful or whatever it might be, like the terms that people use, like, and also people that aren't necessarily like food people. That it's obviously like so fundamental to everything that we eat, integral. But also, you take that same dumpling, we know the fact that what is in there is beautiful, beautiful ingredients. You cook that poorly and you just flash it on top of a pan and don't get that nice sort of like Maillard reaction through there. You don't get all of the nice kind of steaminess through this where it starts to get chewy on top. That's purely just a textual conversation. I think there's also a lot of textures that we don't really experience in the Western world. Slime's a big one. So like legit, like slime's huge. Like natto as a texture, that kind of like pull, the only thing that I could make any sort of like comparison to the first time I had it, I was like, oh, it must taste like cheese.
Yeah.
It must be like melty cheese, but it's like the furthest thing. Texture is something that has to come from experience with cooking. And it's something that is just to kind of like feel, like you can follow a recipe and you will get two totally different things. And I think a lot of that comes down to just like obviously just tactile experience with cooking, right?
Izakaya 4 back onto the next stop.
We've just been absolutely trolled.
My name Naoki.
Naoki. What are the chopsticks for? Tabemono?
Fake.
Fake chopstick. That's so funny.
Told us that there's no menu and there's no kitchen. Look at them giggling away. They're absolutely chuckling away in there. We walked in, there is an entire commercial kitchen in there. There's a wok burner. There's a microwave, there's a grill, there's a blowtorch, there's oil, there's like chopsticks that have clearly been used. And he was like, no, there's no kitchen here. The kitchen's fake.
Different little trinkets that are taking up so much space. It's like, so this, like, surely this is used for food. Fake. No. Fake.
Dude, also all the spices.
I know. That's for Bloody Marys though.
Oh, true.
Fake kitchen.
But they don't do those either because it's short.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
The Tabasco's fake.
Everything is fake.
Also hilarious if this is all just a massive practical joke and he absolutely smashes like the best of yakisoba.
Yeah.
Literally, as soon as we leave.
Yeah.
There's sauces on the back shelf. He's like, no, those are fake as well.
Ryori じゃないでも many plates.
お皿？プレート？
食べ物?
Nine.
We just want food.
Kitchen and all these plates. 好きですか?
次行ったら会えないプレート。
And then we are an hour-ish into having our drinks at the bar. The guy sat at the bar gets a meal served to him as we're in there.
What did you say?
Almost in some food.
Yo, we're getting trolled so hard. We're trolled so
Sorry.
食べ物?
No, pig.
Fake?
Pig.
本当に?
はい。
5 hours, 5 izakayas, and still, somehow room for one more thing. In Japan, there's a word for this moment, shime. It means the closer, the final dish that brings the night to a gentle stop. Often ramen, but tonight, it's a quick stop to Family Mart.
I feel like a successful night, so appreciate you guys putting some time aside.